If you've been pondering the question, what happens when you remove the secondary catalytic converters from a 6th generation Camaro? Well, guess what? You're in luck. Because I just did it to my 2019 Camaro SS with Super 44 Flowmaster mufflers. And I've got tons of sound clips of the car at different RPMs, idling, revving, drive-bys, you name it. And I even have decibel meter data, decibel meter data, or is it datum? Data. Yeah. Data. That's the plural form of the word. Datum just means one. What I'm trying to say is I got tons of footage here of the car after I removed the catalytic converters and some decibel meter data of the before and after to kind of compare whether or not it got louder and to what extent. So stay tuned for that because it's coming up right now. So if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I'm kind of a, let's say, a loud exhaust fanatic. This is evidenced by my logo reveal that you just saw. That's my C10 exhaust in the background. The first line of merch for the channel is, the idol worship merch, which references, a Lopi cam, which is part of exhaust. Well, you get it. Oh, and speaking of the idol worship merch, check out this sticker I got. I'm gonna put this on the back glass of my C10. It looks pretty good. It's pretty big too. And here it is compared to my sunglasses. So it's pretty big. Got a link in the description in case you want one as well. I even have an entire playlist devoted to exhaust. Between the Camaro, the C10, and even my dad's 2014 Silverado. I got lots of exhaust videos. I'll put a link down in the description to that playlist in case you want to check that out. So if you're familiar with the channel, you probably have already picked up on that. But before I go any further, let me quickly introduce myself in case you're not familiar with the channel. So I am a wheelchair user, as you may have picked up already, but I'm still a diehard car enthusiast. And here on the channel, I primarily feature my endeavors with my old Square Body C10 and my new 2019 Camaro SS. I document my modifications to the truck and car, I take them to the racetrack, and I talk to you guys about the lessons I've learned, through trial and error of building these two vehicles. And I try to implement a little bit of humor here and there as well. So, if that's something you're interested in, feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications, and you won't miss anything. So as I mentioned in the intro, Camaro has the American Thunder axleback system from Flowmaster, which features, dual Super 44 series Flowmasters. Now I did not get the MPP from the factory, which is the active exhaust feature, because I knew I was going to change the exhaust system as soon as I got it, and that's what I did. So I didn't want to pay the extra money just for that axleback system. It comes with the car where you can shut it off from stealthy to loud. If you want to know more about that and more about the actual exhaust system that's on this car, I will put a link right up here in the card. It also shows what the car sounded like before I got the secondary catalytic converters removed. So as I just said, I have gotten the secondary catalytic converters removed from the car now because, as I mentioned, I'm kind of a loud exhaust fanatic. And I wanted to free up a few more decibels on the car without, going, at least for now, without going so far as a full upgrade, like long tube headers with no cats at all, which is coming. I know it's coming. I'm not going to be able to hold off forever, but I'm just trying to preserve that warranty for a little bit longer. the results of whether or not it's louder are kind of uncertain. According to the decibel meter data I got from an app on my phone, it actually may have not gotten louder under, at least at idle. It seems to have gotten perhaps quieter. Alright, so as for the question of whether it got louder or not, the answer to that, and I'm about to give you an annoying answer. If you've ever asked a lawyer anything, you probably got this answer. I'm sorry, I guess we just can't help it. But the answer is, it depends. But what I mean is, I did take some data from my decibel meter on my phone of the car at idle and from startup, both a cold start and a warm start. The cold start seems to be louder, but the idle after the car is at operating temperature, according to the data I collected, it actually seems to be quieter after the secondary catalytic. But I'm not sure how reliable that data is because, as you'll see in a minute, I didn't collect it very well before the catalytic. I left it on too long. The average was probably a little bit inaccurate because the whole time it was on, part of it was before I actually stuck it down there to the exhaust. But still, it was still higher, still louder, even though it wasn't by the exhaust the whole time. So, and the max decibel level and peak was also higher than it was after the catalytic with operating temperature idle. So I don't know how reliable this data is, but it does seem to say that it may be slightly quieter at a normal idle. Anyway, I'll show you how I collected it. But overall, I think the car is louder. It may not be at a normal idle, at least to a decibel meter, but to my naked ear, I believe it is louder, and it resonates better. I think I feel like it bounces off the environment better, like when you go across a bridge or under a tunnel. Now, it's not like my C10, obviously. You can hear it bouncing off. You can hear the sound waves bouncing off the leaves with it, but it does resonate better, and that's what I like. So I am pleased with it. If you ask me if I regret taking the secondary cats off, I would say no. I think it did accomplish my goal. But you just know that it's not a substantial difference. You're not gonna be like, oh wow, that's crazy loud now. If you want that, you'll probably have to go all out and do long tube headers and no cats at all, which is what I'm gonna do eventually. But I want to keep that warranty for a little longer. Anyway, here comes the clips. Like I said in the original video, get ready.
You're about to hear the thunder.
had people ask if the car still crackles and pops, like the stock 2019 Camaros do with the MVP exhaust. Well, here's your answer. Alright, so there you have it. That's what it sounds like now, with the secondary cats removed. Like I said, it didn't change the overall sound level too much, and not as much as I thought it would. It is louder, and like I said, I keep saying, it feels like it resonates better outward. It just travels out better. Like when I go across the bridge, you can hear it better echoing off the side of the bridge, like you could see in that one clip when we were going across that bridge. Before, I didn't feel like I could, when you rolled the windows down, I couldn't hear it, echoing off the environment, whatever was out there, as much. Like in my old C10, when I drive by, you can hear it echoing off the leaves, and I like that. But when you meet a car, you can hear it for just a second, across off their car. And I miss that. I want that to happen with the car, and this helped, but it's still, not as loud as I want it to be. So I guess I'm gonna have to just put long tube headers and get rid of the primary catalytic converters as well, which will probably come, eventually. But I want to preserve that warranty just a little longer. But yeah, so there it is. that's what it sounds like now with the Super 44 Flowmasters and no secondary cats. Let me know what you think about it in the comments, and don't forget to go check out that other, the before video, you know, of what it sounded like before. I think I already linked it up in the card, but if I didn't, it's in the description. And stay tuned, because if you can see the numbers on the windshield back there, I've had the car back to the drag strip. If you saw the other video of it on the 8th mile track, the weather was really hot. DA was over 3,000. Didn't do very well, and I wasn't launching it well. It was spinning pretty bad. But this last trip, experimented a little bit and got it to running on down there where, you know, they're supposed to. So it did much better. Still spun a little bit, but I've actually got that in the works of getting fixed. I've got a sticky tire set up on its way, and that's going to be finished up pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. And I'm hoping that will largely remedy that traction problem. So yeah, we got that coming up. Got some more stuff coming from the C10, and so stay tuned. Oh yeah, and don't forget to go check out the merch, and I'll put a link to it in the description as well. And I'll put some more videos somewhere up here you can check out, and subscribe if you're new. And oh yeah, don't forget to hit that like button. I'm all about the demands. Do this, do this. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.